Hello, it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic, and I've got another card make for you today. This is using the Hedgehog Hollow, the January 2020 subscription kit. As you know, I absolutely love this one with the moon theme, and what I'm going to make is a friendship kind of motivational card. And what I'm using here is cardstock that comes with the kit, as well as this moon stamp, which is absolutely my most favourite out of all of them in the kit. And what I want to do is make a card that's kind of overlapping at the edge. You'll see what I mean in a second. But what I did then was just score the card in half because they do come as a full piece, so you do need to score them. And I'm just stamping this image with VersaFine ink just over the fold line itself. And then what I'm going to do is cut that out so that the top part of the moon is kind of sticking over the card. So I'm just using this little cutting mat to put underneath the card because this is a surgical knife blade and I don't want it to cut the glass mat underneath. So the entire video, by the way, is fast forwarded by 2, but you'll see here just how super slow that I do go because I say this has been sped 2 times and it still looks pretty slow the way I do it. And you see here, this is the effect that I'm trying to get. Now, I didn't cut that completely accurate, my cutting skills are not that good, and I just wanted to show you, don't worry too much about going too far out because you can always trim it up. So if in doubt, leave a bit of a white space and trim it down. And you can see here, there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can use a knife, as I'm going back to now because of that inside curve, or you can always use your scissors that you do fussy cutting with as well, whichever works for you. But I really like the effect of any image that's slipping over the card itself. It just gives that added dimension, and that's something I wanted to do for this card for you today. Now I just wanted to show you here, there are so many sentiments in this kit. There's probably, I don't know, a dozen different sentiments that you can choose from, which is great. And what I'm going to do here is pick this particular sentiment. Now what I realised, I got my inks out and then I realised before I start doing any blending or inking on the card itself, I need to distress the moon stamp because I want the moon shape to be in a nice grey colour. So the purple pad that I've got it's just a post-it pad that's actually sticky on all of the card itself. As you know, post-its only normally have the glue at the top. This is one just from Officeworks and it's a full glued side. So it's super cheap, super easy to use for any masking you want to do. So I've just stamped that image onto that little piece of post-it note and then cutting it out, and I'm just going to layer that over the top of the stamped image to protect it from my stamping. Now the inks that I've got out, the ones that I've chosen, are these Catherine Pooler inks. These are hybrid inks. I absolutely love them. I've not tried blending with blue yet, so I'm just trying 3 different colours just to see which ones blend the best. And the last one I tried looks too green. I really wanted like a dark and a blue light effect. So what I'm doing here is using this one mainly over the top, and I'll come in with the lighter colour at the bottom and then just blend those in because I wanted to get that kind of night sky-ish effect as my background on this card. If you've not tried the Catherine Pooler inks before, these little mini pads are a great way to give it a try. They're really affordable and they usually come in sets of 4 or 6. And I really like them because as you can see, the ink is so saturated. They're really vibrant colours. Although I do still use distress inks, these are my go-to first because I've got the full set now. Just because it's a lot quicker. You can see I've only sped this up ×2, but I really do get a good colouring on that card within minutes really. And as you can see, I'm using my blending brushes as well, which I know everyone's got into these days, but I do really find them a lot easier to blend with as well. So just unpeel that masking now, and you can see I've still got the original cardstock colour underneath that. And I'm just going to use this little box here just to spray. Now you could, of course, because it's a hybrid ink, just do some water drops and you'll get a nice effect with that. But I did want a silver shimmer effect. So I did take the masking cover off and then realised I needed to put it back on for this step of the project. But you can see here I'm doing a mix of very fine spray and also some little fat dots as well. It doesn't work quite as well as the Tim Holtz Distress sprayer, but it's the Kaiser Craft spray that I've got, and it really does give a lovely shimmer finish, as you'll see when the card's finished as well. I'm just speeding up the drying process there by using my heat gun, but of course you could let it dry. With them being hybrid inks, they do stay sticky a little bit longer, so I do like to just set them with the heat gun. Now I've got some tracing paper here. You could of course use vellum or any other translucent paper if you want, or what's in your stash. This one was just a very cheap pad that I got, and it really has been my go-to. And I'm using the grid lines here on the glass mat just to make sure I stamp this sentiment in a straight line. And what I'm going to do is just use this as a placement at the bottom of the card. And I'm just trimming that down so I've got a nice wide height to it, probably about 1.5 inches I would say, and then it goes the full length of the card as well. And you can see that I am just eyeballing this as well. If you wanted to be more precise, you could of course measure it, but I'm happy just to eyeball it and get a rough. I've got a vellum tape runner here that I'm going to use to fix this down, just so that the adhesive side underneath is well hidden. And I'm just putting that very sparingly as well. I'm not putting too much on of that. Now what I did do actually, I did smudge that original image when I was applying that. You can kind of see it there on the image, but I do redo that, and you can see here it didn't take me too long at all to redo that tracing paper. Now I also want to do some stamped sentiments on the inside of the card, and again I'm just looking through these for one that would be appropriate. Now these stamped sentiments are quite small actually, and I think they're actually perfect for the insides of cards, so don't dismiss them, and don't forget to embellish the inside of your cards as well. I think it's just as nice when you're actually opening a card to see what's inside as it is to see the outside when you get it out of the envelope. So you see here I'm also adding a little moon. My stamping isn't perfect, but that's fine, it can be the overall effect. And I'm turning my attention now just to finishing this card off by using some coloured pencils and some Gamsol just to colour the moon. If you're new to colouring or you're afraid you're going to mess up your project, I would absolutely recommend coloured pencils and just using Gamsol, because it will do all the blending for you. You don't have to do too much hard work. You can see here just how quick and easy that is. It's unfortunate on the video it doesn't really show the true darkness of the grey on here, but that's fine. I love the overall effect because I really wanted it to blend in with that tracing paper. As you can see, there is lots of different options you can do with this moon. With the patterns on it, you can embellish them, you can emboss. You could also do some foiling with this. There's so many options because of the pattern itself. You could even just stamp on another piece of paper, glitter paper, any other pattern cardstock, and apply that image over this stamped image as well if you wanted to. And if you wanted to add a dimension, you could also do some foam underneath just to erase it off the page as well. Now earlier I did ruin that piece of tracing paper when I smudged the sentiment, and I used that as a practice sheet because I've got this shimmer liquid that I've got recently in the mail, and I thought I would use that just as a little tester on this moon, which is why I just wanted it a plain grey. And you can see here just how far this goes, I should say. I've just used one drop for the bottom half of the moon and one drop from the top. I'm using a very fine paintbrush here just to spread it around, and I really do love the effect this gives. Again, I wish you could see it closer. You'll see on the photos if you want to check out the blog just how shiny that comes through, and I will put all the links in the description box below where you can get the kits, the supplies, as well as some more information if you want to see the blog photos as well. So with this glimmer liquid, you can see what I'm doing here is just using that at the top and the bottom of that sentiment strip just to again add a little bit of interest, and that is my card done. I really enjoyed making that. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments about this video, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That way YouTube knows to recommend similar ones for you. And finally, if you'd like to see more from me, and I hope so, please subscribe by clicking the link below. I post new content every weekend.